Okay, so we got the new update 6.2.0, and as usual, we don't have the details for the actual update on global. They'll probably give it to us a couple of weeks later when we don't actually care about it. But let's just go ahead and review some of the changes that we've seen from this data download. Obviously, the first thing is the download as needed feature. So this is the first thing that I saw. Current method, download all. Download all game data in advance when updates are available to reduce data usage during gameplay. Recommend for players with ample storage space who want a smoother gameplay experience. So this is your preset. You're basically just choosing for future data downloads. How do you want to do it? Do you want to download as needed, or do you want to download all? So I choose download all because I have the capabilities of handling all of the stuff, but depending on who you are, you might want to select download as needed. That is the first preference that you'll be given with this new update. Once you do that, then you'll get the next data download. So for me, it was 4 megabytes for, I guess, implementing that. And the cool thing here is that it tells you how long it's going to take approximately based on the approximate internet connection. If it's just on mobile data, 4G, 5G, or if it's Wi-Fi, could be this. Wi-Fi, I feel like it's just, I mean, all of it is approximate, but it's just depending on what your Wi-Fi speed is. So 300 megabits per second might not necessarily be what yours is, but still Wi-Fi would be faster. So you can download. And so I downloaded a 4 megabit data download, and then it gave me 113 one. I guess they had to separate it because the first thing was setting your preference, and they had to make this a second thing. So then that happened, and then we jumped into the game. So I did a live stream and we covered the cooler Super Easy A. You'll probably be watching that video before this. I don't know when I'm dropping it. You'll see that video. And then we also did the Cyclopean Guard, like clearing a bunch of enemies event. And now I wanted to just review all the changes that I'm seeing here. First thing that automatically just stands out is this at the top. The font, the size of the numbers have changed. And I noticed that in a couple of spots. Also, I think in the summon screen, I think some of the numbers changed in the summon screen. I could be wrong here. You know what? God, I'll do a multi. I am doing this strictly for the content, for people to see what it looks like. I did not want to do this. I'm not even gonna get anything good because I didn't do crack. All right. Cool. Waste. Exchange characters for coins. And there you go. There's only one option, so it exchanges it. Bam, done. It doesn't allow you to get rid of all of these, which I guess that should also be a feature. Maybe down the road they'll do that, because ultimately, what is the point of this? We've exchanged the character, so now it's gone, but we don't ultimately solve the clutter issue. And wasn't that the point of this to begin with? I'm not sure. So I think at some point they should take another step and actually remove these, or give us an option to remove these in here. But now you can't even interact with the character because it's just gone. Okay, so there you go. And yeah, the numbering has been smushed down a little bit. Let's go into the hidden potential system, because the biggest change is the quality of the skill orbs, because now you can see what is going on with your skill orbs. Instead of having to wait for this annoying text to scroll all the way through, you will see exactly what's going on just based on the image. When you click on this, it means 7 additional 7 attack. However much the attack value is, though, you'll have to wait to see inside, but it shows you 1400. So down here, for a level 3, level 3 type attack boost, level 3 type defense boost, level 4 critical, level 2 type defense boost. So now you can see all of these right away, which means you don't have to worry about actually, waiting to see what it all does. And then this has to do with specific categories. That's what this little marker is for. So target Goku is the category here. Target Goku is the category here. This can apply to everybody, which is why there is no little 4 square symbol. I think that was the only thing, right? That was the only exceptional extra symbol. Yeah, because then the EX one, the infinity thing, is still already there. So this is a very nice way to provide shorthand to read all your different equips. I do think ultimately there still needs to be a better way to organize your equips. There also needs to be a way to see where some of your best equips are currently located, especially EX ones. If they are trying to push EX as a thing, maybe they're trying to actually move away from it now. But EX equips are very much a thing now in the game's ecosystem. There needs to be a way to track them, because not everyone is going to have all of the best EX equips all the time, or just even know where they all are. And if you want to maybe take it away from another character that already has it and then move it back to the newest one, you should be able to do that very easily instead of having to go through the painful process of searching. This is literally what I used to have to do. This is literally what I would do. I would do this and just keep going until I see an equip that looks familiar. And so, like, for example, I found this. So then I would go here, but then I would realize this guy, oh, there is a different symbol. So this one actually shows a unique symbol. This is for one specific character. That's what that means. It does not apply to everybody, it just applies to one specific character. But then I realized I can't actually do that. And now that I have this shorthand format, this will actually make it easier for me to see it, but I shouldn't have to do that. So in an effort to make this game more accessible, easier to play and manage, I hope that they eventually do something like that, but this is still a very good start. So I'm sure you guys are going to be benefiting greatly from this new update. There's that. And then the other thing, and I have been waiting to actually use this feature, but it is the box management feature. So we're going to go ahead and do that in this video. I am going to finally get rid of all of the crap that has been sitting in my box. I waited for about, what, a week and a half to do this? So here we go. If we go to character for points, there is now a button here, batch select. So if we do this, it will automatically, well, depending on what you choose, you want to choose all the N units, there it is. You want to choose all the R units, there it is. You want to choose all the SRs, there it is. Let's just start with the N and R units. There's not too many N units. Actually, we'll just start here. There are 9 characters. Okay, so I click OK. It doesn't actually oh, it does convert it. Okay, I haven't done it before. That was the first time I did it. All right, so now that the N units are gone, we'll go to the R units. It's choosing 250 out of 300 potential characters to pick up. Okay, so okay, now it's giving me a warning. Are you sure you have selected at least one R or SR? Are you sure you want to continue? If you click OK, it'll change it. But if you say no, then I believe it already has those characters pre-selected. Yes. Notice how it says here 250 out of 300. All right, so let's go ahead and redeem all these. Boom. I got nothing to keep. Somebody pointed this out during my live stream. Be warned. Lock all the rare SR characters you don't want to part with. And that's specifically speaking to the World Tournament characters. There are World Tournament specific characters that you cannot obtain in other ways. And if you're a collector and you don't want to lose those, be careful and have those saved up. I believe all the World Tournament characters are they SRs or also Rs? Actually, wait, no, some of them are Rs, aren't they? Yeah, like Murasaki. He is an R unit, so you will not get him, and you can't get him anymore because the banner is gone. So I actually, you know what? Yeah, I really hope you do watch this video all the way through before you do all this. And if you are a collector who likes to keep all of these are now ancient relics. They are very much appreciating in value just by not existing anymore. So if you are going to do this, make sure you lock up all characters that you think might be irreplaceable. And if you're not sure, don't dismantle them. Keep them, save it, ask somebody else, check a reference or something like that, and then ultimately get rid of it. But now anyway, let's move on to the SRs. So I'm choosing 300. So if I do that and then I say no, how many SR characters do we have, and are there any left over that we haven't been able to choose? There are some SR units that we haven't been able to choose, but we hit the 300 max. So we're going to exchange all these. I got a bunch of the free-to-play like coolers in here. All right, so all of these guys, cool. Give it a glance over. We're going to do it again. 183 SR characters left over. Once again, I'm going to give it a glance. See if there's anything that I don't want to part with, but there's nothing because I've got them all. Boom, all done. Awesome. That makes things so much easier. A lot of you may not know this, but back in the day, after a stream, before I was streaming simultaneously on YouTube and Twitch, after a YouTube summon stream, I would basically do a Twitch post-game show, where on the Twitch side, anyone who wanted to kind of join me as we're kind of like cleaning up after the summons, I would go through the painstaking process of picking and choosing each and every character. And I kid you not, it was maybe about 20 to 30 minutes of me just pushing buttons on screen and missing a lot of comments. It was very tedious, very annoying. It was a nice bonding session with, you know, fellow Dokkaners, but it was very annoying. And now that is never going to happen ever again thanks to this. I love it. So now if I exchange all, now everybody is safe and all the ones that I don't care about are gone. Okay, so let's exchange those. Okay, so that clears that. And now there's nothing else that I could exchange, is there? Oh, there's more. Oh, I've been saving this for multiple banners. That's right. Anybody here I care about? Nope. The extra God Goku dupes? Nope. All that garbage. Get out. Okay. Cleared that. Carnival coin. Yeah, that's not annoying. Okay, so now here, batch select once again. Oh, we can't do it. No. Okay, so for SSR, I guess that's fine. SSRs, you gotta like manually go through it. I guess that's fair because these are way more valuable. Something could go wrong, and if you batch select and you inadvertently, you know, throw in a bunch of characters that you really wanted to keep, that could be problematic. Like this guy, it's not problematic. It's just more so like I've kept him since 8th anniversary because I'm just convinced eventually these guys are gonna get ECAs, and I want to just have an extra copy, you know, if this guy ever gets a Dokkan Awakening and things like that. So I've been keeping like the anniversary collectibles. I don't want to lose those. So let's get rid of all these, and then we'll get rid of all these. Oh, there was another Turles I didn't even count for. Okay. Get rid of all those. Boom, all done. There are some issues, and so I guess I'll talk about this in this video. There's apparently a super attack syncing problem. So this, you know, these guys are great. They immediately identified the problem before the update even dropped. When we opened the game, the update error had already shown up. So they have discovered an issue where super attack animations may be out of sync on certain devices. People have been talking about it on Twitter. We were trying to get to the bottom of it to figure out what the cause was. Was it a device? Was it an older device? Was it an operating system? It is seemingly happening everywhere. iOS, even newer iOS, older iOS, Androids, new, old. So at some point they'll fix it, but apparently it's like causing delays in the super attacks to actually play, which is just unfortunate. I don't know what else I can say in terms of fixing it. You're just gonna have to wait for them to fix it. If anything, write in. Don't be, you know, saying you suck, this game is crap and all that stuff, because that's not gonna help. But if you just tell them what's going on, the more people to do that, the more effective and the more quick, the more prompt they will be in their response. Besides that, there is a passive skill delay problem, but we got another Dragonstone out of it, so who cares? Update 6.2.0 for Dokkan Frontier supports special mission in the panel missions. If you click the attempt button for a mission that requires clearing a node that is not yet available, the pop-up not yet available will appear. However, the cancel button does not respond, and you cannot navigate to other screens. You'd have to restart the game. So some weird issue with that they have since fixed. Not that you would care, because you probably don't even do Dokkan Frontier. Special guest problem's been fixed. More Dokkan Frontier stuff. Passive skill for somebody, I don't know. Oh yeah, characters who are capable of absorbing Ki Blast supers may not recover and may still receive damage from absorbing a Ki Blast super. Wasn't this a problem with Int, Dr. Giro, and like Android 20 or something like that? I think that's what that was. So whatever. They fixed a bunch of stuff. There was a download size visual bug. I thought that was fixed a while ago, but apparently that's now also been taken care of. More stones for long maintenance. Yada yada yada. Bob's your uncle. All right, so check Twitter, and these guys dropped the details on Twitter, but not in-game. So thank you, Global, for that. Sure. So they went over the same stuff that we talked about. Oh, also batch select for Hercule statues. I did not talk about that because I personally don't have to deal with that, but you can also do the same thing for Hercule statues. So let's actually go in and do that. So if we go to sell, yeah, the same thing pops up. Select Hercule statues. So you can just choose all of them up to 300. So before you would have to manually do it. So they've now streamlined the process. And I guess I should, yeah, the font has changed. So I can go ahead and do that. I'm glad that it didn't. Oh, wait. Oh, thank God. I didn't want to get rid of these like fancier ones. So if I do it again, okay, so it still doesn't do the fancier ones. That's nice. They at least had a sense to not make you inadvertently get rid of these. If you want to get rid of these like fancier, more valuable ones, you got to do it yourself. So besides that, they also showed us, yeah, the 3 different versions of the, oh, okay. So categories, specific characters. This displays on a skill orb with a character name requirement. So that means it could be any character, you know, multiple different versions as long as it's the same name. So those are the 3 different types. And then there's the things that we talked about. And then here you can exchange you can exchange skill orbs into the Baba Shop. Now, I strongly advise against this, mainly just because in general, if you're short on Baba points, the way to get more isn't to do this. You should just farm characters. Because if you do this, first of all, look at how tiny the letters are. You do this, you could inadvertently get rid of one of these. You get 1 Baba point? Are you serious? This is the biggest scam ever. Are you kidding me? You've got to be joking. You get 1 point for this, but the EX ones, nah, they're too valuable. So we're gonna keep those in your stupid box. Get out of here with that. No, absolutely not. The last thing that I want to talk about is the damage limit, the bitrate stuff. It has been adjusted on the global side, just like the JP side, confirmed by the data heads. So you guys can proceed to go through Festival of Battles and other events where you're trying to stack and whatnot. You will be doing more damage. And we will go ahead and do a Festival of Battles run to feel the difference ourselves, but that's not going to be happening just yet. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know about that. And that's the gambit. That's pretty much all there is to this new update. Once again, shout out to Global Dokkan for posting the details in the in-game announcements. I can see them very clearly. Thank you very much. You can very, easily access all this information. No, real talk though. If you want to get all the different help on the game, just go to help and it'll show you all the different things in here. So I guess in here you can see it. Skill orbs. How to equip skill orbs. Maybe it's this. Is it this one? No. Oh, actually, yeah, it shows it in here. So it does still show you all the information if you search for it, but it's 2026. I don't want to search for it. I want the information now. Anyway, I'm done. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments. How are you guys liking update 6.2.0? Do you find it to be making the game easier to manage for you? Do you not really care? Which update are you most specifically looking forward to? Is there something in the game that really bothers you to the point that you really want them to do some sort of an update for it? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.